On August 24th, 1985, the 25th episode of the mecha anime Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam aired on Japanese TV. Titled Colony Drop, this episode features Camille's Zeta facing Yazan, Gable, and the Gatland for the second time. It is also the only animated appearance of the Zeta's most elusive weapon, small missiles. I kid you not. This is what will show up on the 19 minutes 29 seconds mark. It is very much a blink and you'll miss it thing, and surprisingly enough, the second Zeta compilation movie also features the weapon at the 59-54 seconds mark. Overall though, this is a weapon omitted from the vast majority of Zeta's depictions, and I can't really say I'd be surprised, since the logistics of that weapon being there are rather finicky. It can't repurpose the grenade launchers in the arms, since those are folded down and pointed backwards in Zeta's Wave Rider mode, which is the state it's in while the missiles fly out. In the frame, we can clearly see it coming from a space in between the torso sections vents and the flat backpack thing that Zeta's flat underside is composed of. Since Camille did sortie in mobile suit mode, and we have to account for it being mounted in a way where it wouldn't get covered up during transformation, the most likely location of the weapon would be at the very bottom of the backpack, mounted on the inner side between the back skirt and the backpack, given that this part will flip over when it transforms. Another possible spot would be the inner part of the side skirts, since those also flip over when transformed. And since they house the suit's beam sabers / beam guns, one could kinda make it work, but with the origin points for the projectiles being a bit closer to the center, I'd argue for the first guess a bit more. In terms of game appearances, these missiles do appear in SD Gundam G Generation Portable of all places, as well as in the PS1 generation of G Generation games, i.e. G Generation 98, 0, and F. Surprisingly enough, the Super Nintendo Gundam Generation series also featured a weapon. In Portable and the PS1 lineup, these are less powerful than the Zeta's beam rifle, but they outrange it by a single tile, while the Super Famicom Zeta's missiles have shorter range and hit for the same amount of damage as the rifle. Although short, this was an overview of a somewhat obscure weapon of the Zeta Gundam. So obscure, in fact, that the Japanese Wikipedia only has a single short paragraph on it, while the Gundam Wiki, at least to this date, doesn't mention it whatsoever. Overall, this is definitely an interesting weapon, being implemented in a similar way to the hardpoint mounted missiles that jets and attack helicopters use, being a single-use dumbfire projectile, which is decently suited for interception. Although since its only use in the entire show didn't result in a hit, we don't really know much about its performance. By the way, you can thank Micah Curtis of the Big Micah C channel for the impetus behind this one. For those not in the know, I'm his editor guy, so having stumbled upon the missile bit while I was editing the Grips War Saga Part 3 reminded me of an occasion where I saw the Wave Riders missiles in G-Gen Portable. Anyways, if you feel so inclined, like, comment, and subscribe. Now until next time, this has been the Shirt Lad, signing out.